I came to win.
Oh, they asking my name, huh?
You ready?
S-T-R-O, I ain't come to play with you.
Yeah.
Life challenging, but I wouldn't trade with you. It's early, I'm up.
Yeah.
I can't spend the day with you. I'm minding my business. I ain't getting...
It is a building that first hosted football way back in 1966 as EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Oakland, California. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Houston Texans and the Oakland Raiders. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup. And we see the emphasis early here. Get your star receiver involved, able to do it successfully.
Not a bad start to begin with, that's for sure. And to me, this play says our guy is better than your guy's. Because, you know, a player of his stature, he won't just be single covered all game long. He's going to involve multiple people. And right away, they told the other team, guess what? He's just better. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
At their 48-yard line.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a big shot. He's crashing. Good thing.
Now Joe Mixon. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Set. 19. 52 right here. 52. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. I got motion. 59.
And that'll set him back 5. Instead of a 3rd and 4, now they have to manage a 3rd and 9 after the delay of game. A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 31-yard line.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Flushed out right. And he's going to lose a yard or two, taken down behind the line.
No doubt that's a very good play defensively right there, because you've always got to be aware that he can take off and make a big play with his legs. How about the way they were able to contain him? That also tells me the coverage was excellent downfield.
After the sack, here's 2nd and 11.
Give me some. Give me some.
Nixon will try the right side. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
And there's the first tackle of the game for Carl Joseph. He's one of those safeties that you can utilize in any way you want. But I will have to say, I think the number one thing he does best is tackle.
They got to get it to the 21 here on 3rd down.
Hey, watch the slant.
Here's Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a 1st down.
So the opening drive does yield points, maybe not the 7 they wanted, but they'll take the 3.
Accumulating 1st downs does not go up on the scoreboard, but it does go into the DNA of a team that's trying to establish itself to start a game. That has to feel pretty good for them. They'll take the 3.
Yeah, they had 3 first downs and 3 points.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. From the gun, here's McNabb. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
On 1st and 10, McNabb. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there for sack number 22 on the year. And, folks, that's just a half sack shy now of Michael Strahan's record of 22.5 set in 2001. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. McNabb to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Room to run past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. They do get 18, but even that won't be quite enough. It's 4th down. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A special teams mistake there, no doubt. Just 26 yards officially on the punt. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line. Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They go back to the ground, this time Barber. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Squeeze, squeeze, double, double. Kill, kill, kill. Hey, 31. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Hey, 54. Run. No, no, no.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
Set. 19. Come on out here. Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here, 131.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, here's Watson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. And a big 32-yard play on 3rd.
First down.
Hey, reset. 19. Here we go. Let's bring it. Let's go. Let's bring it. 55. Wall. Get wall.
Watson now to throw. Setting up the screen here, it's Barber. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner, everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's good for a Texan first down, a 12-yard pickup.
This has been a good drive so far, and it's been the running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
Check back.
Watson on 1st down. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. From 19 yards away. And the Texans push further out in front. The extra point up and good. And the lead grows to 10-0.
Next to score, Texans 10, Raiders 0.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing,
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. A rookie QB struggling, gets thrown down to the ground there. But, you know, maybe this game, it's not over yet, but maybe this game can be a learning experience for him.
So many different things that he has to pick up on. When to go ahead and flush from the pocket and run. When to get rid of the football, not take the sack. When to just go ahead and go down early and make sure you don't fumble the football. So many things that he has to learn. This game starts the process.
The throw complete here to Williams. And he'll be out of bounds near the 30. In fact, right on the 30. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have 2 inbounds in the NFL.
Down. 56. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. Shoot. Check. Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Go. Check 99.
To throw, McNabb. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Fielded just inside the 30.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
A pickup of 11 and a Texans 1st down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 42-yard line.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end. Hey, we got 3 down.
Here's Watson. Johnson's got it complete. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Watson in the offense going to come up 1st and 10. And he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Mixon with it. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
On 2nd down, Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
The Texans on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing on third down, Watson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is.
NFL kickers nowadays, they make things look so easy because normally from this range, about 2 out of 3. And this is not an easy kick.
Yeah, 20 years ago, you get where he was in that 50 range, maybe a little over. And it's a big kick, but now if they leave it short, you're like, whoa, what happened? And that's what we have here.
Yeah, you're right. 20 years ago, we were saying run some more plays and get closer. Now we think they're definitely within range, and you're exactly right. When it comes up short, there has to be something that went wrong because they have plenty of leg.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Mike 55, Mike 55. I'm here all day. Mike 55, Mike 55. Hey, eat. Get that quarterback at all costs. Shut up.
Here's McNabb. Rolling to his right. And he's going to keep it here. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down. So now it's 3rd and long.
Hey, switch gears.
McNabb. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's picked off just shy of midfield. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he's taken down inside the 30. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Wide motion. 55. 52 is the mic right here over there.
To throw is Watson. He's got Herndon, his tight end. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. Watson now, only one pass has hit the ground for him. 10 of 11 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Watson looks to throw again. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal.
24.
Throwing again is Watson. Got a man open. It's Fuller for the Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Texans push further out in front.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll probably wish he'd reconsidered here. It will cost him 10 yards as he's down at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive, almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there, because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, people upset. But typically, halftime locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution, or did they think they were just bad plays to call?
Yeah.
We'll find out pretty quickly here if they feel like they had something going, but they just need to do it a little bit better or not.
We'll find out. Now a man open down the middle of the field. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 43.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
So a first and 10 now in Houston territory at the 43. Here's Jacobs on first and 10. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second, McNabb. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now McNabb. And he's going to go down again.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Texans will take over at the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs.
Now this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They'll run here with Mixon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The tackle by Quincy Williams.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Alert.
Out of the gun, Watson. Oh, Barber loses it. And the Raiders pick it up. And they're going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me, because you would think there would never be a fumble from what we hear from coaches all the time, right?
And how much they practice not fumbling.
Practice it, preach it, talk about it all the time. You would think no one would ever turn it over. Yet they are humans out there running around, and we just saw another one.
Opportunistic by the defense. On first down, it's McNabb. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. A play fake. Now McNabb. His throw incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's McNabb. He's got Adams on the hookup. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a 1st down. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
Bring it. Check.
Now a 1st down throw, McNabb. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. 23 yards, the final tally.
One of the selling points of the corner route is usually the receiver is able to move away from the defender. But in this case, he didn't get that far away. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Eluding the pressure right. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown grab as his guys are able to pull a bit closer. Now the Raider offense will stay out there as they'll line up to go for 2.
It's just me and you.
They're going to try and run. And he'll wind up short of the goal line, so they will not be able to get this back within a score as this remains a 10-point differential. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now it's Watson. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Johnson the intended target, and now it's 3rd down. This defense trying to do its part, active hands on that play, but their offense hasn't given them much to work with.
So they're not going to worry about it. On their side of the ball, all they're concerned about, can they create some scoring opportunities and help out that offense?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Breaks a tackle. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. That one will go as a gain of 11. Raiders having a 1st down as well.
I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down, executed it to perfection. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. They'll set up a throw. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. The Raiders on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and a mile. Out of the gun, McNabb. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. J.J. Watt, who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has, but in his defense, he hadn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense?
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Here's the Raiders punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So a big break. The roughing the kicker called on 4th down leads to 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Switch. Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping.
They go play action. It's McNabb. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Looked like it might have been intercepted, but he's out of bounds. And a good thing, too, probably. That would have cost him yardage. And now they'll get the ball back on the turnover on downs. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
All right, T, let's go. All right, T. Let's go.
McNabb to throw. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Boy, the numbers throwing the football just not trending in the right direction. Last week he was under 50%. He's under 50% again here.
And we haven't gotten an announcement, but it appears to me that he might be a little dinged up and is just trying to play through. You know, he's one of those tough guys that wants to answer the bell each and every play for his team. That might be throwing off his accuracy.
Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland 1st down. A couple of 1st downs has the football position at the 43 as they come up 1st and 10. And they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. DJ Reader there on the tackle. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's the 2nd and 7. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Bernardrick McKinney, the linebacker, picks it. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
16 yards on that one, and also a Texan 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
They'll run with Mixon. And no room to maneuver there. Give him a yard up to the 47. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. The Texans on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Watson. Herndon's got it complete. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 46. Schwani. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Raider defense delivers a score. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
PAT up and good by Rosas. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A little less than 4 minutes remaining, and the margin for error is small with this slim lead. Operate within your 4-minute offense here, Charles?
Definitely. Remember, the 4-minute offense doesn't always correspond to what's up on the clock. What they need to do is play a little bit of keep away right now. Run the clock down. Make sure their opponent doesn't get the ball back. Their dream scenario, get enough first downs and make them eat up their timeouts so the game ends when you're kneeling down with the football.
We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on first and 10. Barber on first and 10. And some room to roam now. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That burst good for 20 and a first down. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
Check 26, check 26.
Mixon with a first down carry. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Watch twins. Watch twins. And 59. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in. Watch twins. Watch twins. Watch twins. 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 Check. 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 Check.
On 2nd down, Barber trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. From the gun, Watson. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 22-yard line. And defensively trying to beat the 2-minute warning with a timeout, and they do. Calling it with 2:04 left. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now they run with Mixon. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. So it's Texans football as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down now, it's Barber, and he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up 1st and goal.
Well, they picked up a little bit of yardage there.